Hey, how's it going everyone? Jinsula here with a brand new Pokemon Go video. I hope your day is going really well, and let's get right into it. Alright, so we're getting ourselves a couple of Team Go Rocket related events coming in the month of January, and I'm really excited about these because on top of us getting a couple of new Shadow Pokemon, one of which is incredibly powerful, there's also going to be brand new Pokemon that we're going to be able to get, as well as some really good content. If you're someone who cares a lot about Team Go Rocket content, then these are definitely going to be some key events. And if you're someone who has yet to dabble with Team Go Rocket content, this is going to be a good time to do so. I really do like Team Go Rocket content. I think Team Go Rocket Battles is probably one of the most underrated aspects of Pokemon Go, and it's something that I really wish Niantic developed even further. But with these two events, there's definitely going to be a lot of stuff for us to look forward to, and I really do think that for 2025, they're starting off on the right foot with these two Team Go Rocket events. Alright, first let's talk about this Team Go Rocket Takeover event, because it's going to be featuring a lot of really cool stuff that you will want to pay attention to. This is going to be happening on Wednesday, January 15th, which ironically is actually my birthday, and it's going to go until Sunday, January 19th at 8 o'clock p.m. local time. You're going to see the following Pokemon make its debut. It's going to be the Toxic Mouse Pokemon Shroodle and its evolved form Graphite. I do not know how to pronounce that name. It's going to be available from 12km eggs, and I do think that's going to be something that will probably irk players the wrong way considering how difficult it is to hatch these eggs, but I still think this is a pretty nice addition. It's going to be something that will be in the game starting this event, so it's not something that's going to be time limited. As long as you're constantly hatching 12km eggs, you will eventually get this Pokemon. Now, during this event, we're going to see the following event bonuses. You're going to see a lot more Team Go Rocket battles appearing in Pokestops, and you're also going to see an increased frequency of Team Go Rocket balloons. You're also going to be able to use Charge TMs on your Shadow Pokemon to forget the Charge Attack Frustration. That is probably one of the most important bonuses when it comes to these Team Go Rocket Takeover events. And then since this is coinciding with the Fashion Week event, you're going to see Krogunk wearing a Fashion Week costume when you take snapshots during this event. So if that is a Pokemon that you are missing, just make sure you're taking snapshots throughout this event and you're going to be able to encounter them in the wild. Now here is the major highlight for this event. We're going to see the debut of Shadow Palkia, and that is definitely going to be a very powerful Shadow Legendary Pokemon. It's going to be through Super Rocket Radars, which is going to require you to defeat Giovanni, but if you do, you're going to be able to get yourself a Shadow Palkia. And just so you know, this is going to be for free through a special research, and it's going to be available starting with this event, but it's only going to go until March 4th, which is going to be the end of the Dual Destiny season. After which, I do believe they're going to switch up the legendary Pokemon that you can get from Super Rocket Radars, so that is something you should keep in mind. It likely will be Shadow Dialga, so if that is a Shadow legendary Pokemon that you are more interested in, then I would save your Super Rocket Radar for when that Pokemon eventually comes. Now, when it comes to Team Go Rocket Grunts, as well as the leaders Sierra, Cliff, and Arlo, we're going to see a new set of Shadow Pokemon that we can encounter. Shadow Tailo, Shadow Snivy, Shadow Tepig, Shadow Oshawott, Shadow Trubbish, and Shadow Bunnelby will be from Team Go Rocket Grunts as well as Team Go Rocket Leader Battles. Now, when it comes to Shadow Raids, we're going to see the following Pokemon as encounters. In 1-star Shadow Raids, you're going to be able to encounter Shadow Nidoran Female as well as Shadow Nidoran Male, and Shadow Totodile and Shadow Routes will also be potential encounters. Now, in 3-star Shadow Raids, you're going to encounter Shadow Electabuzz, Shadow Magmar, as well as Shadow Wobbuffet. And then in field research tasks, you're going to be able to get mysterious components, charge TMs, and fast TMs. There's also going to be collection challenges related to these event Pokemon, and then there's going to be Pokestop showcases as well as an event bundle in the Pokeshop. So there's a lot to look forward to with this Team Go Rocket Takeover event. You should definitely not skip out on it because there's some really good content that Niantic is going to be debuting. Now, this Team Go Rocket Takeover event is not the only event we're going to be getting this month. We're also going to be getting a raid day featuring a very powerful Shadow Legendary Pokemon. And this might be something that a lot of players might skip out on, but in my opinion, I think that is a huge mistake because this particular Pokemon is actually incredibly good, especially if you get the shiny form. And getting a shiny Shadow version of this legendary Pokemon is definitely going to cause you to become the envy of your local communities. On Sunday, January 19th from 2 o'clock p.m. to 5 o'clock p.m. local time, we're going to be getting a raid day featuring Shadow Ho-Oh. Now, this is essentially going to be the end of the Team Go Rocket Takeover event, but I'm really looking forward to this because Shadow Ho-Oh definitely has a lot of gameplay potential. Now, during this event, you're going to get the following event bonuses. You're going to get up to 5 additional free raid passes when you spin gym photo discs, and you're going to have an increased chance at encountering shiny Ho-Oh from Shadow raids. Now, if you get a Shadow Ho-Oh, you could use a charge TM on it, and you're going to be able to get the charge attack Sacred Fire, which is definitely its most powerful move. I really do think this is going to be an underrated event because on top of being able to get Shadow Ho-Oh, you're also going to be able to get Sacred Fire and an increased shiny chance. That's something you should definitely take advantage of because it's not often that we see this Shadow Legendary make its return to Pokemon Go, and it's definitely a powerful one. And just like every other raid day, you're going to be able to purchase a paid ticket, which is going to give you additional bonuses as well as additional passes. And when it comes to these raid days, if you're someone who is willing to spend money, these tickets are usually pretty worth it because the amount of raid passes that you get are going to be substantially higher than what you would typically spend, as well as the bonuses that they include with it are usually pretty good. So yeah, what are my overall thoughts? Well, I'm really excited about these two events. I think Team Go Rocket Takeover events are always something that are really good for Pokemon Go, and it's something that I wish Niantic did a lot more often. But the fact that we're getting one so early in the year, and it's going to be one featuring some new Shadow Pokemon, as well as a new Shadow Legendary, you really can't complain with this event. It's pretty good, and even if you're someone who does not care about Team Go Rocket content, this is still going to be something for you to actually enjoy, and I'm sure there's going to be something within this event that you will actually benefit from. So yeah, I'm really excited about it, and for a majority of players who might be feeling really down about Pokemon Go because of last year, I think this is going to be something that is going to be a positive for the game, regardless of how you feel. So yeah, hopefully some players will change their mind. They're going to get energized about Pokemon Go with these events. And I really hope Niantic continues this on and provides better content with their in-game events. That's something that I've been really wanting for the past couple of years. And then lastly, let's quickly touch on the Shadow Ho-Oh Raid Day. I know there's a lot of chatter out there of players planning to skip this out, but I really do think this is going to be a pretty solid raid day, and on top of it being a raid day, I think for the most part it's featuring a Pokemon that I'm sure a lot of players would like to get. If you were to pick yourself up a Hundo Shadow Ho-Oh, I think that's definitely going to benefit your account. And for a lucky very few of you who managed to get a Shundo of this Shadow Legendary, wow, that's going to be insane. So yeah, I definitely am looking forward to these two events. I think it's going to be some great content, and I really do hope the weather holds out so that we could actually participate in these content. So yeah, I think the one recompense is that with the takeover event, you're going to see a lot more Team Go Rocket balloons. So if you're stuck at home because of the inclement weather, then at least you're going to have that. I think that's at least something that Niantic does really well with these takeover events. But in any case, that's going to be it for this video. Let me know your thoughts regarding these Team Go Rocket events down below. Are you looking forward to either of them, or are you planning to skip them out? I would like to know the reasons why, so make sure you share them in the comments below, and let's have a great discussion. Thank you so much for making it all the way to the end of this video. I really hope you enjoyed it and found it to be informative. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe if it's your first time here, and don't forget that little bell so you can stay up to date on whenever I upload videos. Real quick, let me give a shout out to all of my patrons on Patreon. You make this channel content possible. If you want to support my channel and all of the content that I create, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon, because if you become a paid Patreon member, you get a permanent spot on my in-game Pokemon Go friends list, just like the names that you see on the bottom of your screen. And if you do that, you'll have access to remote raids and the friendship system, and I try to be as active as I possibly can. So yeah, if you want any of that, then make sure you go and check out my Patreon. And if you want to support my channel in a completely different way, you can do so by following me on social media. My handle is @Jinsula. I'm on the platforms that you see on the bottom of your screen. Make sure you go over there and give me a follow, and you'll have some access to exclusive content. And yeah, that's going to be it for this video. I'm Jinsula. Be safe, have fun, love yourself, and I'll catch you in the next one.